The following you are about to see is my personal, dedicated, unofficial fan film to my favorite series, Vengerz, Yonder, We March. Before it begins, there is a few words of information that is important to the piece. The concept behind this fan production was to entertain but also educate the viewer on the cinema history and legacy of Vengerz as a multicultural series and an art form. However, there are many negative forces from above that have tried to keep this work from being seen by the light of day. When I raised over $21,000 to produce my Vengerz fan film, excitement was at an all-time high and there was praise from all my favorite web pages. However, this excitement explosion caused the Eye of Sauron, aka the film industry, to take a look at what I was doing, and the results were not good. Botte International, who owns Vengerz, submitted a copyright strike on my account, which has left me digitally crippled. This insisted that I return the money, which was impossible because it had already been spent on pre-production. We were already in the negative, as $21,000 was not even enough to begin shooting, which is why we searched for a sponsor to help with the rest of the funding. We found a terrific sponsor to pick up the tab. However, once we were hit with these legal nightmares, they backed out of the product, even though we had already spent $4,500 of their own money. The sponsor, who shall not be named, has insisted they do not wish to be part of the Vengerz fan film any longer. They asked us to cut out any reference to their product, which was a Herculean feat because we had already shot almost the entire fan film using their product in it. The sponsor went back on their word and performed the act of a true traitor in the face of earnest filmmakers like me. Botte International is in the wrong, as they do not understand my product is a guaranteed act of fair use under Article C of the Information Act of 1984. Their legal ramblings will dissolve like sugar on the tongue of the court of law, and our sponsor must understand this. However, they have also threatened to sue if we release the film with their product in it. The film that is about to play is the full fan film minus the final scene, as we were not given nearly enough funding to complete it. The scene was intended to be a conversation in the park that reveals the truth between the two main characters, Long Sock and Little Biscuit. It was to be shot in one take using a GoPro camera from the point of view of the plants, as we begin to suspect that they may be causing the trouble in nature that has been a violent problem since Vengerz Blue Ball Beyond's pilot episode, Tree Dog Night. However, what you are about to watch does not contain that scene, as we did not have enough funding even remotely close to what we needed at all, due to our supporters not giving us enough money to complete it, leaving us with no ending and a waste of time. Now you are about to see the Vengerz fan film in its entirety. Besides the ending scene, we did not have the budgetary means to film because our financial backers did not contribute enough. However, keep in mind we were not allowed to show the sponsored product, and they have been edited out accordingly. Please send a letter to Botte International requesting that we are left out of this legal nightmare and freed from the new Guantanamo Bay, aka the copyright courts. I am an honest filmmaker and wanted to submit this as proof that I can direct a movie. See for yourself and decide in the comments if I am fit to make a feature film on this subject. Thank you for your time. Remember, this film was not completed in the manner it was depended to be, and perhaps if one day the tyrants of the film and industry let me express my voice, you can see it finished at last someday. Here is the fan film of Vengerz, Yonder, We March. Do not forget, this film is a perfect example of fair use under the Copyright Protection Treaty of Versailles 2013 under Article B3, Section 2, which declares all copywritten material may be used in an act of filmmaking for anyone to use under the Rights Management Protection System of Boulder, Colorado, during the Schedule C Workman's Comp Seminar Precedent Statement of Four Married Fathers versus the People of Culver City. No copyright is intended. If any rights holders of this work have any issue with me releasing this film for free under a non-profit umbrella of justice, Article 4, then they must consult the Supreme Court and leave me out of the conversation entirely, as it is not my problem. Do not contact me about this film in any way. The comments have been shut off and I no longer use email or phone. I cannot be reached under any circumstances, therefore no lawyer is permitted to serve papers under any circumstance or face a steep fine for my personal legal security, who is only a phone call away. Here is the revised final cut of my fan film for Voltage Vengerz Yonder We March. Remember that it is not the final product, and all mentions of our traitorous sponsor, who will not be named, have been removed, and there is no ending, as we were not given enough money to do it right. If we are given more money, we can complete the scene someday, but until then, here is the final film. Here is the revised final cut of my fan film for Voltage Vengerz Yonder We March.